Today I want to present another history of a common carrier, an old one that became a fallen flag. This is the Trucking History Channel, and this video will be about Cooper-Jarrett, a company that changed its headquarters location 4 times in their existence. Known for their slogan, Route of the Relays, Cooper-Jarrett has an interesting history. Let's find out about it. Back in 1934, Robert E. Cooper Jr. and Sam Jarrett met while trying to collect a debt from another trucker. With $1,000 in capital, they formed Cooper-Jarrett Motor Freight Lines. They leased a truck, paid the state of Missouri $350 for a trucking license, got insurance, and after paying for a license to haul intrastate, had less than $50 to haul their first load of hog feed that weighed 20,000 pounds. Things got better, and in the first year the company grossed $50,000. The first office for Cooper-Jarrett was in Kansas City, Missouri at 19th and Campbell Streets. A terminal was established in Chicago, Illinois, thus giving the company a long-distance route. The terminal in Chicago started out at 3315 Parnell Street. Let's look at some statistics for Cooper-Jarrett in 3 years from 1944 to 1952. In all 3 of these years, they had 4,813 miles of routes. Total assets, not including assets such as goodwill and operating rights, went up dramatically from 102,999 in 1944 to close to $2.5 million in 1952. Look at how total revenues grew. In 1944, revenues were $1.18 million, $2.4 million in 1947, and $8.37 million in 1952. Along with the rise in revenues also came net income after taxes. 1944, just $4,284. 1947, $85,784. But in 1952, it was up to $356,000. The company was doing well and growing too. As the company grew, so did the number of employees, from 155 in 1944 to almost 400 8 years later. Early on, the company began using a relay system for its long hauls between Chicago and the terminals in the New York metropolitan area. In such an arrangement, trucks are driven to a specified point where another driver awaits to continue along the route. The initial relays were between Chicago, Illinois and Tiffin, Ohio, Tiffin and Somerset, Pennsylvania, and the final leg was between Somerset to the East Coast terminals. In July 1954, Cooper-Jarrett ordered 72 GMC tractors. Notice in the photo the word relay on the hood, meaning these road tractors were meant to be used on the relay operation. By this time, the company had outgrown the Chicago terminal and moved to a larger one at 2113 West 73rd Street. Back in the 1950s, terminals were at the one in Chicago, in Kansas City at 311 West 14th Street, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania at 4355 Rising Sun Avenue, Jersey City at 100 Water Street, and at Trenton, New Jersey at 1617 Princeton Avenue. All the properties have been redeveloped, so I can't show you what they look like now. In November 1959, Cooper-Jarrett agreed to acquire Atlantic Freight Lines Incorporated, a regional and growing motor carrier based in Uniontown, Pennsylvania. The sale included 80 tractors, 150 trailers, and operating authority to extend Cooper-Jarrett into new territory. In the article I read about the acquisition, it was told that Cooper-Jarrett had reached the saturation point in their existing routes. To continue to grow, they had to expand, and to do that meant taking over another carrier. They accomplished that by spending $1 million to buy Atlantic Freight Lines. The terminals that Atlantic had were located in Baltimore, Columbus, Cincinnati, Toledo, Dayton, Pittsburgh, Wheeling, Clarksburg, and Uniontown. This was practically all new territory for Cooper-Jarrett. Temporary authority was granted by the Interstate Commerce Commission on January 18, 1960. Good changes happened under Cooper-Jarrett management. Atlantic Freight Lines had lost nearly $200,000 in all of 1959, and during the first half of 1960 made a profit of $85,000. During the 1960s, Cooper-Jarrett continued growing and adding more relay routes as it expanded. In 1963, it announced a new terminal would be built in Bucyrus, Ohio, and after 3 years, it moved to another one in the same city. In 1964, the Somerset, Pennsylvania operation was moved to Irwin, Pennsylvania, and eventually, years later, the company's largest terminal and maintenance shops were relocated to Sharon, Pennsylvania. In 1965, Cooper-Jarrett began serving Lexington, Kentucky from a single-door terminal until building a 15-door facility in 1970, and the picture that is on the screen now is of that Lexington, Kentucky 15-door terminal. The late 70s were good and bad for Cooper-Jarrett. By 1978, the company had 1,344 road tractors and trailers in the fleet, as well as 762 local pickup and delivery units. Bad weather and a strike caused the company to lose $1.7 million in 1978, with additional losses in 1979 and 1980. In late 1979, the decision was made to scale back the operations of the company. Kentucky terminals in Bowling Green and Paducah were closed. Tennessee terminals in Nashville and Memphis were closed. The Dover and Clifton, New Jersey locations would be consolidated into one, as well as Columbus, Ohio and Milton, Pennsylvania to be combined into the Sharon, Pennsylvania terminal complex. By the end of 1981, employees were asked to voluntarily loan the company money as cash flow problems increased. Deregulation was taking its toll on Cooper-Jarrett, just as it had for so many other common carriers of less than truckload freight. On December 28, 1981, it was announced that Cooper-Jarrett would file Chapter 11, closing 28 of its 31 terminals in 18 states. The 3 that would remain open would be Hinsdale, Illinois, Clifton, New Jersey, and Maspeth, New York. Originally, they wanted to become a hazardous waste carrier, but that idea didn't work out, and the entire company is now a memory. That's the story and the history of Cooper-Jarrett Incorporated, one of the LTL carriers that started small, ended big, and ended in deregulation problems like everybody else. If you enjoyed this video, click the like button, leave a comment, and be sure to subscribe if you're not already one. Thank you.